Hello again, you beautiful designers out there. We are back with another 30 Logos Challenge video. Today we're going to be talking about Twitchy Rabbit. And as you see here, we've got a couple groupings and a nice little bonus area for you. The two logos in that bonus that I'm not going to be going over in the video, but if you'd like to see how they're made, you can reach out to me and I can make a slower video for you, if you will, and go over each little piece on how that's made. All right, let's get right into it. Well, isn't he the cutest little guy you've ever seen? What I'm doing with him is I'm outlining one side of his head and then duplicating it so that I can get a nice sketch of a rabbit head. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to just make a poly version of his head so there won't be any detail. If you ever watched Pokemon when you were younger or played Pokemon, you remember one of the original 150 Porygon, or Porygon, I'm sorry, the Porygon. He was just a polygonal shape. So that's what we're doing here with the rabbit head. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find some shapes and color them in with different gradients to just give it a nice, cool look to it. And I did reds and oranges because, as you see on the bottom right, their current logo has a red t-shirt. So I went with that same theme of red. As you can see, there are some gradients that are similar next to each other, so I'm just going to go through after I'm done and fix those. There wasn't really a scientific process that I was doing to go through this. I was literally just picking shapes, filling them in with the gradient, and going from there. And it kind of looks like Pikachu, honestly, but it is a rabbit head. And for the typeface, we went with this one was lobster, just to give it that I don't know, like kind of a fun feel. They wanted to be like MailChimp, so it reminded me of sort of a MailChimp type of font, even though there's a little more scripty. And this next one I'm doing is showing how simple it can be to make a rabbit silhouette. I just use a couple shapes, a circle and a square, and playing around with those shapes a little bit. And what I'm doing with these lines is I put the lines over the rabbit, and then I went into the Pathfinder tool and hit divide, and what that does is it kind of cuts through the logo itself, or cuts through the shape, and then I kind of move the shapes around to make it look like the rabbit was twitching in a way, or glitching. And twitching isn't exactly glitching, but when I read it, that's kind of how I had the feeling of what twitchy would be. So this one is just more of an icon over any detailed face or anything like that. It's just a nice little rabbit icon that's twitching. And here, this one is a sketch that I actually did prior to making it into a vector form. So I really liked being able to sketch this one out because I think it would have been difficult otherwise. I sketched out a rabbit head and then I put it in here, copied the picture right into Illustrator, and then I made shapes that were going to be similar to what would be used in the actual logo, and just kind of worked with that. So as you see, I'm making an oval there, making the ear a little look like the sketch itself, and then this I use the pen tool to just sketch around. It kind of looks like a dingo or Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. And again, I'm playing with the reds, and that's the theme that I stick with the whole time here is, the red idea. In here, I was going to try to go with that whole blue-red, like it's glitching kind of thing, because again, I like the playing with the glitch, twitch idea. You'll see that it wasn't really working out for this one per se, but I did end up going with a nice little glow behind him that kind of looks like a twitch. And then for the words, I did the same type of twitching for the word twitchy. And then I made a little icon for it instead of just having words next to it, make it just a little more iconic, if you will. And I figured I'd add some teeth to this one just to see if it change the logo a little bit. I don't know if I loved it, but it's always an option. It's not up to me. If I love it, it's up to the client. So I'd give them that perspective. All right, that's another set of logos in the books. As you can see, we only worked with 3 main logos today, but when you're working with logos, there's always so much variety that you can just, build on with the main piece that you have. I mean, I could have kept going with just little, changes to these. So as you can see here, there's about 12 or 13 of them just from the 3 that we had. And there wasn't much room to work with considering they already had a current logo and they just kind of wanted to, have a little variety on that to make it a little simpler. I went outside the chains there on their ask a little bit, but I think all in all, these look pretty good. And the bonuses, that first bonus on the left-hand side, I was going for sort of a admin of the 50s, 60s look. So you got the glasses and the, that fedora type hat, because the MailChimp, how they wanted, their competitor's MailChimp is a mailman or a postman type of chimpanzee. So I wanted to go with, this is also marketing, but on the flip side, it's the advertising part. So here's a rabbit who's kind of an advertising man as well. So that's where I went with that first bonus one. And then that second bonus, I went with more of that Twitch glitch look, a little more simplistic, missing a lot of detail. It's just ears, one eye, and a nose. Leaves more to the imagination. So thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment, leave a like, and reach out if you want to see the process on how any of these are made. I would love to show you. Now get out there and make some beautiful logos, people.